Is anyone else getting tired of tariff mania yet? I mean, so much winning. The crazy part about all of this is just like how many people don't realize that anytime you hear the words tariff, it's a tax. It's a tax. It's a tax on the importer, which means that they're going to pass that cost on to you. I can't believe seeing the 50% tariff proposal on copper, which caused copper to go through the roof today. Crazy times. I mean, of all things, like, can we please just stop with the stupid tariffs? I mean, we've lost all credibility with pretty much everybody across the world. Today I had to watch Scott Bessent. You know, they were asking him, what happened to all of these 90 deals in 90 days? How come you guys aren't making these 90 deals in 90 days that, you know, you claimed? And he's like, what do you mean? We are making deals. And they're like, no, you've done 2 deals. And even those deals were frameworks of a deal, not even a true deal of any kind, a, you know, framework of a trade pact. And Bessent, you know, ever the clever, not even clever, honestly, it's just kind of pathetic listening to him. Like, the guy's, you know, it's like when someone's got a brain, but they're deliberately trying to just finagle out of, you know, just saying the truth. And they asked him, you know, Donald Trump said he was going to make deals, and he said, and Bessent said, well, we're making the deals. The deals are in place. And they, obviously the host was dumbfounded. What do you mean? And he said, well, we're sending the letters that are the deal. So then the host asked, well, that's not a deal. You're basically just saying, you know, this is what it is. I thought Donald Trump was going to make, you know, trade deals. And Bessent was like, well, no, we're just, you know, a lot of these countries haven't even contacted us. So we're just sending letters out to let them know this is what we're doing. Wow. I mean, it's like, I mean, aside from all the lies, Trump, they're falling all over themselves we'll do whatever you want, sir. You know, please just give us a trade deal. To Bessent letting the truth slip that, you know, no one's interested in doing any trade deals with us. We have zero credibility. We're pathetic at this point. And, you know, these tariff love letters that everybody's just going to laugh at, totally destroying the credibility of the country. But then, you know, on top of all that ridiculousness, to have to deal with, you know, again, something, a true industrial metal like copper, which, you know, copper's in everything, to have to worry about the price of that, you know, going through the roof. Insane. Now, was that good for metals? I guess so. As far as I saw, metals went up. So a lot of other futures on other commodities didn't, but it looked like precious metals went up. It is crazy though. This is like, honestly, like if you, I get that most people go to work and they do their thing, and the reality is that that's the right thing to do, right? You don't got to worry about this stuff. Unfortunately, in my line of work, I do have to worry about it. It is very pertinent to what it is that I do. And again, I mean, it just seems like every day it's like the perfect storm of like unforced errors, like, you know, someone claiming they're the best running back in football and getting the ball and running it back to their own 1 yard line and then just spiking the ball. Or even worse, it's not even that good. It's literally just going back and, you know, and taking a safety. It's insane. It's like you're only hurting yourself. To watch it unfold in slow motion, I mean, it's like a car wreck where it's like you can see what's going to happen and there's not really much you can do to stop it. So you're kind of just watching it unfold to see the carnage. That's where we are now. It's pure stupidity, like pure stupidity. And to watch like the billionaires and the millionaires, you know, get a tax break, and, you know, there's so much. It's like, where do you turn? What do you focus on when the entire house is burning down? You know, which room do you look to say, hey, I'm gonna go try to save this or that? It's nuts. That, and also the whole thing with the debt. I mean, the big beautiful piece of crap, that thing's gonna explode the debt. And I personally love how they kicked out a lot of the provisions of the big beautiful bill until after the midterm, so that they can say, oh, well, look, it's because of the other party, or whatever the hell it is they're gonna do. But yeah, or maybe they just don't want, you know, people to feel it on Trump, you know, before the midterms, whatever it's gonna be. But this is an interesting time we're in. And again, it's like, what else can you take from me at this point? Just, lay down and just give your kidney whatever it is that they ask for, because apparently this completely shameless, like, theft from, the everyday ma and pop. It's nuts. But, the hard part, like, look at the market, for example. The market obviously had that big drop in April, but nothing materially changed other than, Taco Trump kicking out the tariffs, 90 days because he was going to make so many trade deals. Nothing has changed in that time frame, but the market recovered, right? Okay, so what happens now? What happens if the tariffs come back and he doesn't cave this time? Is it priced in? I don't know. But the thing is that the bond market is definitely showing some signs of not being stable. How does that play into gold and silver? Again, like, I think we as stockers always think of, gold and silver, particularly gold, right, as like the last resort, the last line of defense. Like, at the end of the day, gold is gold. Someone's going to want that gold, right? I agree. In real terms, though, again, I've said this many times, most people have no idea what gold is worth. They know it's worth something, but they have no idea what it's worth and how much it's worth, compared to other things by weight. So, in the Mad Max scenario, it's the utility, in my opinion, it's not going to be that great. You're probably more likely to get shot and your gold taken than being able to really trade it for anything. Silver, again, the hard part with silver is people can't tell silver from aluminum, from, nickel, whatever. And so, who's going to believe you that your silver coins are worth anything? Again, same problem. It's a lot. But again, the real question that I have now is, are we reaching the point where the system's going to reach a breaking point and really have the cataclysm that everybody's been talking about since 2008? We're in that time frame where these things do come down the pike and really, like, shock everybody. And there's always a different catalyst. It's never the same thing. But this time could be, it could be different. And I think, there's so many signs, and it's not political. Just because I'm not a big fan of Trump or his policies, or particularly, I don't even care about Trump. The people that he surrounds himself are just so moronic. Like, that's the part I have a problem with. But it's not even political. It's more just the fact that there's so many different dominoes that are falling all at the same time that it just doesn't look good. Does that mean the game can't keep going? Absolutely not. As we all know, things can be terrible and, stocks keep going up or whatever, gold price we know that. But what does it take to pull that Jenga, piece out to just knock the whole thing down? That is really how the system's built, right? It's something at the base that tends to just rip everything back down. We might be reaching that point. And even if you're safe with precious metals, safe in the aspect of, at least at the end of the day, you have something physical, that doesn't mean the price is going to reflect the environment. Look at COVID. In the beginning of COVID, everything got ripped down. Gold, silver, stocks, all of them moved in the same direction. It could easily happen again. And this time it could be way worse and last for way longer.